Are you looking to create your first WordPress website or blog? If so, you're going to need a web host to install WordPress on. In this video, we're going to be reviewing SiteGround, which is one of the most popular WordPress web hosts. I'm going to show you how I created this exact website in just minutes after signing up. I'll walk you through the different plans and pricing to find the best value to save you a ton of money, show you how to install and get started with WordPress, and finally test performance and reliability. Keep watching to find out more. Hey, what's up guys? ODI Productions here from howtomakewebsite.com, the #1 online resource for helping you build your very first website or blog. If you're watching this video, chances are you're in the market for the best web host in terms of performance, reliability, tech support, and of course, dollar value. Let's face it, we all want the best bang for the buck, and my goal is to help you make the right purchase for your budget and needs. So the web host we're looking at today is called SiteGround. Now, I understand that SiteGround may not be as familiar to other people as Bluehost, HostGator, and DreamHost, which seem to be like the big three. But SiteGround has actually been rapidly growing just within the past couple of years, thanks to their top-notch customer service and also the performance and affordability of their web hosting plans. So as you can see here, I'm on WordPress.org's official website, and in terms of their recommended WordPress web hosting, they have SiteGround listed here as one of their top recommended web hosts. So SiteGround is completely legit. In a short time, it's managed to catch up to some of the bigger guys such as Bluehost, DreamHost, HostGator, etc. And a lot of people have switched over from some of these bigger web hosting companies onto SiteGround and have had favorable reviews. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to sign up for SiteGround. I'm going to run through the different plans and explain what the best value is here so that we can save money. And after we sign up, I'm going to install WordPress, and then we're going to get started with creating a WordPress blog in a matter of minutes. So we're going to do all of this live, step by step, and you guys can see the process of what it's like to build a WordPress website using SiteGround. Okay guys, before we begin, the prices that we're going to be looking at will be discounted based on a special SiteGround promotion that howtomakewebsite.com has gained access to. If you want to get access to the same discount, click the link in the description, which will take you to a resource page, and there will be a button that will take you to SiteGround's website and automatically have the best promotion. Okay guys, so as you can see here, we have 3 different shared web hosting plans to choose from. You have the Startup, the Grow Big, and the Go Geek. Now I'm going to give you some advice on helping you choose the right plan for you, along with recommending my favorite plan for beginners looking to create their first website. Now, right off the bat, my first piece of advice is to simply go for the most web hosting that you can afford. Now, I say this because whichever web hosting that you can afford is going to be the best value to start with. Now, the reason I say this is because look at these prices. If you look at the subtext, you see here that this startup plan is 60% off. The Grow Big is 45% off, and the Go Geek is 50% off the regular price. Now, these prices are all introductory. They're all promotional, and they are limited pricing, or they're only offered for a limited time. Now, what this means is that if you were to, let's say, start off with the startup plan, and you change your mind, and you want to go up to the Grow Big, then you may not be able to pay the $7.95 per month, or that price may not be offered. It actually might be the $14.95 per month. Which is almost double the cost of the Grow Big if you were to start with the Grow Big from the get-go. Now, on top of that, in terms of value, you also get a lot of features and you get increased performance the higher up you go. Now, if you go from the startup to the Grow Big, you get a feature known as Super Cacher for great speed, which is listed below. And what this means is that you get caching, which basically is when you visit a website and you download a portion of that website so that when you visit it a second or third time, it loads up in about half the time as the first visit. Now, caching is very important, especially for a WordPress website with a ton of photos, videos, plugins, and a lot of media. Caching is what will decrease your load times and make your website perform a lot faster as compared to, let's say, the startup plan. Now, if you want even more performance, going up to the Go Geek plan, you get fewer accounts on servers. So by definition, shared web hosting. This means that you are sharing a single server with multiple users. Now, if you have less users on each server, this means that you have more resources which are going to be powering your website. So the more resources, then the faster load times, and the more users you can have concurrently on your website without experiencing any hesitation or lagging load times, etc. So as I said, if you can go for the Grow Big or the Go Geek, then that would definitely be my recommendation. Another big feature which separates the Grow Big and the Go Geek from the startup plan is that you can host multiple websites along with twice or 3 times the amount of web space, not to mention suitable for 25,000 to 100,000 visits per month. Now, multiple websites, what this means is that you can host unlimited websites and unlimited domains. Now, with the starter plan, you only have one website and you're limited to that single website. And when I started out, I created my first website, and then about a couple months later, I realized that I didn't love the idea as much as when I first started, and I wanted to create a new website with a new domain. Now, the problem is if I went with the startup plan, then I couldn't pursue any other ideas without either purchasing additional hosting or upgrading to the next plan. And as I said before, if you were to start with a startup plan and then change your mind down the line and upgrade, then this price of $7.95 per month may not be offered to you. You may end up paying the full $14.95 per month, which is pretty much twice as much as you would be paying if you were to just start off with a Grow Big plan. So once again, I recommend that you go for the most hosting that you can afford. Now, my favorite web hosting plan for beginners is probably going to be the Grow Big plan. I think this presents the best value at $7.95 per month, and the ability to, host multiple websites, multiple domains, and then you have all the premium features in addition to all the essential features, which really takes this plan to the next level. You're going to get faster load times. You're going to get more security through the 1 year of free wildcard SSL. If you are going to create a business website of any sort, you definitely want to have that SSL, which secures your website. As you can see here, you see this lock and the HTTPS. This is a secured website through SSL. And if you were to purchase the Grow Big plan or the Go Geek, you would get that SSL for free for the first year, which would totally secure your website and add credibility to your domain. So yeah, I recommend going for the Grow Big if you can. If you really can, I would go for the Go Geek. As you can see, these prices, this really is an investment. It's an investment in yourself, your online presence, your brand, your business. So, if we're talking $8 a month, $15 a month, that's just a couple fast food meals, a few cups of coffee at Starbucks. And, that's really not that expensive in terms of business expenses and things that you can invest in. A website is relatively affordable compared to a lot of sort of businesses out there. So that's why I recommend to go for the best plan, because this really is an investment at the end of the day, and there's no better investment than investing in yourself. And the next step is to choose a domain. So the domain name, the URL, is like howtomakewebsite.com. It's your website's name, and with this you want to get kind of creative because there are a lot of domains that will probably be taken up, and you want to just experiment and just try different things out. Once you find a domain that's available, click proceed to move on to step 3. As you can see here, domain registration is included free upon signup. So this is usually about $15 a year. Sometimes it's more expensive, such as with WordPress. They charge $18 per year for a custom domain. But one cool thing about SiteGround is that you get your domain completely free with each web host signup. So we're going to click proceed, and if your domain is available, it's going to load up and it will take you to step 3, and it will tell you congratulations, your domain is available. And so just fill out your information here. Fill out your payment information. Okay, so after you fill out the above information, scroll down to the bottom where it says purchase information, and here is where we get to finalize the length of the term of our web hosting. So one cool thing about SiteGround that other web hosts do not offer is you can actually choose your data center based on which location is closest to you in proximity. So for me, since I'm in California, the data center in USA automatically loaded, which is in Chicago. Now, if you live overseas, if you live in Europe or another country or continent, you can choose whichever data center is closest to you. So I think this is an extremely cool feature that is exclusive to SiteGround. Most of the web hosts, you don't know where you're getting the hosting from or whatever. But with SiteGround, you can actually choose your data center, and by choosing the data center that is closest to you, you can ensure that you get reliable service from your servers. And so for me, I'm choosing Chicago, and then you get to select the period. Usually when you purchase hosting is always usually bought in annual installments. So you buy 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, and you pay for it all at once instead of monthly. One cool thing, I guess, with SiteGround is that you can do a 1-month trial. It's a bit more expensive, and honestly, I don't recommend it. I recommend at the very least to go with 12 months. Go for the 1-year plan, because when you go for the 1-year plan, you commit yourself to your website for a period of 1 year, which is a ton of time to start up, build, grow, and expand your website. Going for 1 year is also going to be the cheapest option here next to the 1-month trial. So that's why I recommend it. So we've already chosen the Grow Big plan. But here we also have these extra services which are in addition to your plan of choice. Now, as you can see here, domain registration is totally free, save $14.95. And one thing that sets SiteGround apart from a lot of other web hosts is that you get your domain free for life. Other web hosts simply do not offer this. Some of them offer a free domain for the first year, but every year after that, you would be paying for your domain every single year, which is an additional cost. Whereas with SiteGround, you get your domain free every single year for life, saving you $15 per year. And in the long run, you can save quite a good chunk of money. Now, let's move on to domain privacy. And this is a feature which for any web host, I think is an absolute must-have. Now, what is domain privacy? So domain privacy basically protects your domain from people looking up your whois information. Now, the way that domains work is that when you sign up and when you register a domain, you actually have to give your legal name and your address because this is just in compliance with sort of ICANN and the internet. Now, with that said, domain privacy basically protects your domain from ever being able to be looked up and, people finding out your legal name and your address and everything and your phone number. You want to have this domain privacy because it's the internet. You don't really want people prying into sort of your personal life or whatever. And so domain privacy basically protects very sensitive personal information from being accessed through your domain. Now, as you can see here, this is included into the Grow Big plan, but if you were on the starter plan, an SSL certificate, as you can see here, authenticates and encrypts the data transferred through the website to the server, protecting financial and other sensitive information. Once again, this is another feature which is for security and privacy purposes. Now, as I explained earlier, SSL is what gives your website sort of this verified status of having a lock and an HTTPS. Now, if you were to create a business website, for example, an SSL certificate is a must-have in my opinion, because it simply offers credibility to your business, to your website, your domain, and it's something that is definitely worth the price. As you can see with the Grow Big, you save $82 by getting this SSL certificate for the first year completely free. That's another reason why I would go for the Grow Big plan, if not the Go Geek, because you get this amazing feature for free. Now, the last feature here is Hack Alert monitoring at $12 per year. So Hack Alert is a monitoring service that checks your website daily and immediately notifies you if your website has been hacked or injected with malicious code. So as you guys know, the internet, it's a beautiful place, but it can also be a dangerous place. If you were to create a website, you're putting yourself out there, you're putting information out there, and you're putting your work out there where anyone can, they can view, and some people can even access or even mess with. And time again, I've seen websites that have gone hacked, that have lost precious information, or basically lost work overnight. And so Hack Alert monitoring, this is basically just another extra layer of peace of mind. Now, for me, the must-have options are definitely domain privacy. If I were to pick one of these services, the domain privacy is the service that I would have on every single website that I register or sign up with, because it is just that extra peace of mind that is relatively inexpensive at just $12 per year. And it's just something that I like to have because, I like to have my life private from my online presence. And with that said, it's just peace of mind so that people can't be looking up sensitive personal information. Last thing is to check this, which I think is already checked. It's the terms and agreement, and then just click Pay Now to complete your order. Alright, so after clicking Pay Now, your order gets processed and you'll come to this page, which is a confirmation/thank you page. So your account is now being created. Once it's ready, you'll be able to log in to the customer area. So as you can see here, our account has finished being created. So we're going to proceed to the customer area. So when you first start, you're going to get this message saying, welcome to the SiteGround account setup wizard. Honestly, we can just click thanks, but I don't need help because I'm going to help you out. And I'm going to walk you step by step on how to install and get started with WordPress. So click that, hit proceed, and this should take us to our dashboard. Alright guys, so once you get into your account, once you get into the main dashboard, as you can see here, to install WordPress, all we have to do is go into My Accounts, and then you're going to go to cPanel here at the top. Let's access the cPanel. Alright, so cPanel is sort of a universal dashboard that many of the top web hosts use. So for SiteGround, it's nice that they use cPanel so that if you're familiar with other web hosts, if you've used other web hosts before, then you should be able to navigate pretty easily through SiteGround. Now, with that said, if we want to install WordPress, all we have to do is scroll down. You can see there's an entire category called WordPress Tools, and then you see WordPress Installer. This is a WordPress one-click install, much like other of the top WordPress-friendly hosts. Okay guys, to install WordPress, all we have to do after we click that WordPress install is to click this blue install on the top left, and then you're going to have this information here. You can just scroll past this. Here we have our site settings, where you can just specify the name of your blog and then just a short tagline, as you can see here. Then you scroll down to this admin account. Now this is very important. Make sure that you write down your admin username and password, because once we download WordPress, we're going to need this to log in for the first time. Okay, so scroll down to the bottom. You can skip everything else and then just click install when you're ready to go. As you can see here, you'll be greeted by a progress bar, which will tell you your progress of the install. And as you can see, WordPress was installed in just seconds. It was that easy. All we had to do was click a couple buttons, jot down some info, and next thing you know, WordPress is installed on our domain. So what you want to do is you want to open up this admin URL, which will take you to the WordPress login. You're probably going to be using this URL a lot to log into the back end of your website, so you might want to bookmark it. Now take your username and password that I told you to write down and to save before the install, and then just copy and paste that into this page, as you can see here, and then click login. All right, welcome to WordPress. So this is your WordPress dashboard. It's a completely clean install. What I like about SiteGround is that it doesn't have a bunch of unnecessary plugins already installed for you. Some of the other big web hosts, which I'm not going to name, they have a bunch of extra stuff on the sidebar, and then immediately when you log in for the first time, you're greeted by a bunch of upsells, pop-ups, etc. None of that here. Everything is clean, and we can just get started with a clean slate. So I like that a lot. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to change the theme, because if we visit website here at the top left, you can see we have a very basic blog theme, and it's black and white. It's very plain. So we're going to go back into the dashboard, and we're going to change things up real quick. So we're back in the dashboard. We're going to go into appearance and then themes from the sidebar. Themes are what completely transform your website, and they allow you to totally change the design and the overall look and feel of your website, which is just amazing. So if we click add new here at the top, you'll see there are thousands upon thousands of beautiful themes at your disposal, and you can use any of these for free. They're free to get started. Some of them have a small one-time fee to use the full theme, but for the most part, you can get started with any of these beautiful, gorgeous themes, which is just one of the things that makes WordPress the best blogging platform on the planet. So if you like a theme, just click install, and in a matter of seconds, as you can see here, the theme installs, and you can click activate to apply it to your website as your active theme. So we've applied this theme. Let's check it out to see what it looks like now. And as you can see, it's transformed our website from what was the original plain black and white. But as you can also see, there are no pictures, so it doesn't really look much like the thumbnail just yet. So with that said, let's hop back into our dashboard and let's start to make it look more like that thumbnail. So first thing we want to do is we want to spice up the homepage. We're going to go into appearance and then customize so that we can add a big header image right here behind the website name and tagline to make our website look a lot cooler. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to change that header image. So to do that, you just go into header image, as you can see here, and you can upload your own header that has the dimensions that are listed here, 1600 by 400, or you can choose one of the suggested or preloaded headers that come with the theme. I like this one, so I'm just going to select it, and then we are going to, as you can see, it has already transformed our website. Up at the top, we've added this image. You can also switch to another header or upload your own by clicking add new image and then just dragging and dropping your header with those dimensions. But as you can see here, this looks exactly like the thumbnail. That's all we had to do is just customize the header image, and instantly our website is starting to look pretty good already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this and then publish that just so it saves the header image, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go back, and then we're going to add in a blog post so that we can start to add stuff to our website. We're going to start to add content to our website by adding a blog post. So to add a blog post, all you have to do is go into posts in the sidebar and then click add new. So this post, you have your title bar here, and then you have a text box where you can write your article and then also add pictures, images, whatever you want. And then after you're done, you can just click publish. So we're going to just title this My Trip to the Big Apple. All right. And then you can just write whatever you want in the text box and then include some images. If you want to add an image, all you have to do is click add media and then drag and drop your image file onto this page right here. And then once it's uploaded, you can just click insert into post. All right, so as you can see, I've added my blog post. It has a title, it has text, it even has an image. The one last thing that you want to do is you want to also add a featured image here in the bottom right corner. When you add the featured image, this is what's going to show up on your home page as sort of a snippet of this blog post. So we already uploaded this image. All we have to do is select it, and then when you're ready, you can click publish. Before we do that, you can add a category. So we're going to call this category New York City. Add new category, and then we're going to select that. When you're all ready to go, all you have to do is click publish, and then your first blog post will officially be live on your website. So we can just go check out what our website looks like right now by going to the top left. And as you can see here, our website has been completely transformed in a matter of minutes. So we have that really cool header image of that forest. We have our website's title and tagline right here up at the top. If you scroll down, we have a huge image of the New York City skyline. And we have the title of our blog post. It also has the date. It has the author, how many comments there are. And then it shows a little snippet from the first few sentences of your blog post. And so as you can see here, this looks really cool already. We were able to transform this in just a matter of minutes. So let's go back and then let's do one more thing, which is to add pages. Now the difference between posts and pages is that posts are those blog posts that you saw that populate, on the home page with your recent posts. Now pages are different because these are basically sections of your website. Pages are like an About Us page or a Contact Us. Pages are usually static, and they aren't really like updated as much as, let's say, like your blog. So we're going to create a new page. We're going to create an About Us. So all you have to do is go into Pages in your sidebar, click Add New. And like I said, this is going to be an About Us page. So give that the title, and then we're just going to say, all right. So we're going to publish that after we're done. And then to add this to the top navigation of our website. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Appearance and then Menu so we can create our primary menu. Okay, so we're going to call this Main Menu. And as you can see here, we've added all of our categories and sections. Last thing you want to do is check this top primary menu and then click Save Menu to create that. Now we hop back into Customize under Appearance, go into Menus. And then we're going to, as you can see here, we've already had the main menu added to our theme. And this is what it looks like. You have the home, we have the New York City category, which will load up this blog post. And then we have our About Us. So this is already saved, ready to go. So let's look at our website to see what we have. As you can see here, we have the top navigation. We have the header image with our site's title. We have the blog post. So if we click into New York City, what's going to happen is we're going to have all the blog posts that have that category of New York City, as you can see right here. And then if you click the About Us, it's going to take you to a static page, which will say our About Us that we typed in. But yeah, as you can see, this is our website so far. In just a matter of minutes, we were able to transform our boring plain blog into a legit travel blog. So that's pretty much it for this video. That's enough to get you started. You can choose any theme you want. You can create as many blog posts as you want. You can mess around with customization under Appearance. You can add plugins, which I'll get to in another video if you're interested in learning about that. But basically, this is all the tools that you need to get started with WordPress today. And that's the important thing, is to just get started. Because once you get started, you can build momentum, and then you can just grow every single day by slowly building and improving upon your website. Okay, what's up guys? Now we're going to do a performance test of our SiteGround made website by using this tool called Pingdom Website Speed Test. I've used this tool before to test other web hosts so we can see how SiteGround compares to the competition. So I'm just going to type in the name of our URL, which is jetsetmonday.com. And then since we're in California, I'm going to test this from San Jose. And then we're just going to click Start Test. Just wait for that to load. As you can see in the bottom here, Wow. Okay, guys, this is very impressive. So we just did the raw test. We don't have a caching plugin, which would help with load times, but that doesn't matter because right now these results are stellar for a shared hosting plan, such as the one we chose, which is the startup plan, and that is the cheapest plan offered by SiteGround. And as you can see here, we've received a performance grade of a solid B, an 84, and we've tested faster than 90% of tested sites. We have a load time of less than 1 second. The thing that surprises me is that our page size is huge at 1.7 megabytes. I've done a test for HostGator with a smaller page size, and that one tested faster than 80% of sites, which is still not bad, but to load this up in less time is amazing. Our page size is big because of that header image, and also because of our first blog post featured image of New York City. This is an extremely good value in terms of performance for the money. So we went with the cheapest plan, which is $3.95 per month, and we got a solid performance grade of 84, testing faster than 90% of tested websites. So that's pretty amazing. But I think we can make things even a little better once we add a caching plugin. So we're going to do that real quick. Go back into the dashboard. A caching plugin is what basically allows your website to be downloaded partially when someone visits for the first time, so that when they visit it again, since some parts are already downloaded, it loads up faster. All the big websites do this, and it's a way to cut down on those load times. So to add a caching plugin, we're just going to go into plugins in the sidebar, add new, and we're going to use the same plugin that we used for our HostGator test, which is WP Super Cache. As you can see, 1 million plus active installs. All we have to do is click install now, click activate plugin, and then we're going to go into the admin page to fully activate it, and then click update status, and then we're going to dismiss that, and we're just going to load our website once again. Okay, so we're going to go back into Pingdom, and then what we're going to do here is we are just going to reset this test, and then we're going to try again and see if we can improve upon that already awesome performance of 84 and 90% faster than other websites. Oops. Alright guys, so we implemented the caching plugin, and there hasn't been a huge difference, but the performance grade did jump from an 84 to an 88, which is almost an A. Now this is almost unheard of, to be honest with you, with shared web hosting at this price, at less than $4 per month. So this is a high B, which is significantly faster than the test we did for HostGator. Now I'm not sure if it's because this theme is much more optimized, but we utilized the same caching plugin. We created a blog post and then another page on the website, so they have the same amount. This page size is actually much bigger than that HostGator page. 1.7 megabytes is pretty big, but the load time is less than 1 second, and it's faster than 91% of tested sites now. So I can say with confidence that SiteGround is an amazing value for the money. At less than $4 a month, we're getting performance grades almost up in the A range. So that is just unreal. I almost can't believe it compared to some of the bigger hosts that have tested slower than this. So yeah, performance from SiteGround gets 2 thumbs up. So in conclusion, I can highly recommend SiteGround for beginners looking to start a WordPress website. Once again, if you want to take advantage of discounted pricing, click the link in the description below, which will have a button linking you to SiteGround's website and latest promotion. Last but not least, if you found this video useful, please leave a thumbs up and a comment because it really helps the channel to grow. Also, subscribe for more WordPress tutorials and videos just like this. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful and productive day.